boss totems, and a total of 8 Triforce pieces. So this is going to be a full quest item seed. And we are off. Ladder is the free item in the cave. And we have enemy randomizers on as well. Eat My Steel is the first one to pick up missiles, looks like. Let me check if that's randomized in Metroid. Yes, randomized missile door strength is on. And we have the red candle for Dark Rupee, so that's a very good find early on. So far, I haven't been able to see where any of the dungeons are, but... Alright, Eat My Steel picks up that red candle as well. Dark Rupee venturing the most far afield, looks like. Antlers has gone quite a ways away from the starting. Sis Crusher's about to pick up his red candle. More missiles for Antlers. Alright, Ridley Totem Compass pickup for Dark Rupee. That will light up anywhere he can see the Ridley Totem. If he's in the dungeon for it, it'll light up on there like you would normally find the Triforce room. Could be anywhere. Antlers has gone by a Metroid portal, decides not to go in. A lot of shopping that isn't revealing anything important in shops. There could be something important, but so far we haven't seen anything. It looks like it's been a pretty generous handicap that was assigned. We got the Power Bracelet for Antlers, a coast item. Energy Tank for Eat My Steel 1 from a shop. That's actually a pretty good purchase early on. If I haven't checked, but if the damage randomization is on, yes, damage randomization is on, that can make Zebes pretty hostile. Normally in Brinstar, in the first area in Metroid, you would only have 8 damage, but with randomized damage up, it can be upward of 20 damage from just the random hits that you can take in Metroid. Dark Rupee is the first to enter Metroid with the Zelda sprite for Samus, and Antlers is the first to enter level 4. Taking a dungeon key. Now, because equipment can fall anywhere, some of these early dungeon checks are actually important, though Antlers does not have the red candle, which would make him able to clear out some of those rooms without having to waste bombs. But he does have the ladder, but still has no way of damaging Gleeok, so there's no way for him to defeat level 4 on this go-through. Rupee collecting all of the compasses. Information is a pretty important piece to solving these seeds, especially when items can appear just about anywhere. You want to know where things are, and since absolutely every quest item is required, that will be a very important piece of information to have. Antlers is the first to pick up Triforce piece number 6. Sis Crusher and Eat My Steel both in level 7, both with the red candle at hand. That'll let them drain these rooms. Level 7 has a fair few item check locations in the front part of the dungeon, but a lot of the dungeon is going to be sealed off behind 3 items. You need the ladder, the bait, and the recorder to make it all the way through level 7. Ice Beam, though. Ice Beam in the bomb upgrade spot. It's a great find for Sis Crusher. Antlers taking a dip into Norfair. We'll be able to cover the back half of Brinstar without having Morph Ball. Won't be able to get into the top green area in Brinstar yet, though. And there he goes up into Brinstar. Gonna check the first missile platform. Syscrusher ends up in Kraid's hideout, immediately nopes out, jumping up to Brinstar. Finds his wave beam. And I'm pretty sure Darkerby got that too while I wasn't looking. Mystiel is choosing to explore a part of level 7 that was neglected when Syscrusher was in there earlier. And Syscrusher finds an E-Tank in one of the sword caves, so that's either the White Sword Cave or the Magic Sword Cave. In this seed, that is set to a plus-minus... where is that setting? Another interesting thing to note about this flag set, Bubble Mode is set to disable the B button, not the A button, which means Bubbles will not take out somebody's ability to use their sword, but it will take out their ability to use their auxiliary items. Antler's taking some serious damage here in Brinstar. Gets a big energy pickup in time to stop the beeping. Another interesting little piece of information about this flag set is that the runners don't know how concentrated the weapons and quest items can be, since that was set to random. Antlers checks the long beam location. Comes up the heart container. Darkerby finding 40 rupees in Kraid's hideout. Unhelpful shop there for Eat My Steel. Expensive shop for Syscrusher. Wondering if he wants that missile tank. Looks like he's tempted. And he buys it. He might still found his way into level 8. There's a few things he could check here, though he can't get through this room with the Pole's Voice without a sword or a bow. So what he could opt to try for is reshuffling the monsters once he's depleted this. If he leaves the room and comes back, those monsters will change. And it's possible that one of them will not be a Pole's Voice, but if it is, he has no hope of shuffling that away. So there's a Gibdo and a Pole's Voice. His only hope now is that the Gibdo has priority over the Pole's Voice, which I don't believe is true, but we'll see here in a moment. Syscrusher has found level 1. It's a nice find pretty early. It has minimal requirements. Eat My Steel has found a Pole's Voice is in that room. You can't do that room. With 8 bombs, he could opt for a deeper dive into level 8. Checks that side room, only has missile tank there. Darkerby's checking out the attic in Kraid's lair, finding some inconsequential stuff, looks like. Antlers so far found a skeleton key in the first energy tank location. Eat My Steel is indeed going into level 8. Finds that the Blue Lagoon is vanilla. Not a very great thing to find when you don't have a reliable damage source for Dark Nuts. They will take damage from bombs, but it still takes 2 bombs to destroy a blue Dark Nut, and that's... you're gonna have to be pretty lucky to get through there with 8 bombs. More missiles for Syscrusher as he works his way through level 1. I didn't see if he went up to the treasure room yet. He doesn't have a key, so he can't take on Aquamantis. And Antlers is 1 hit away from death. He's got one more check to make back here. After that, he's free to die as much as he wants. Looking like Six Crusher has not gone into the treasure room yet. Dark Groupie making it down into the bottom area of Kraid's lair. Doesn't have Morph Ball, so we can't go down into like the gauntlet of treasure that is just above Kraid's hideout, or Kraid's boss room. Antlers comes over here, gets his free wave beam. Looks like Eat My Steel has found the coast item is the power bracelet. Didn't see what Dark Groupie picked up off that pedestal there. And Eat My Steel takes a death, which might be the first death that we've seen so far, unless I wasn't... Oh, no, I think Dark Groupie might have died earlier. Antlers is having trouble getting through this Moblin screen without some lag to see him on his way. And Sis Crusher finds level 1's Triforce piece. This is Triforce piece number 5. Sis Crusher's up in the Lost Hills area. I don't think we've seen this yet. Old man suggests kindly to take the shield. Sis Crusher says no, takes the key. Antlers still does not have his candle. So that's an interesting setback, but I don't think anything too important has come out of a burn spot yet. Sis Crusher once again presented with the option of either a heart container or a skeleton key. Opts for the heart container. And Dark Groupie's finding that Mag's Cave or White Sword Cave does not have the hearts for the requirement there to get an energy tank. Gotta have health to get health, it seems. And Antlers finds level 1. He's doing the trick to get the north door to be unlocked without spending a key. And since Antlers has a key, I believe if he routes correctly, he can fight Aquamantis. Eat My Steel found a door repair charge. That's not always great to see. Looks like he pushed the wrong gravestone, got a Genie to the face. If you push them from the bottom and it summons a Genie, it'll damage you immediately, so that's a death warp back to start for Eat My Steel. Like Sis Crusher has picked up the Ridley Totem Compass as well. Eat My Steel's also found the Take Any Road You Want. It's always a really handy thing to find if you don't have the power bracelet, bombs, or a candle, because when you find one of them, you can take the road and it will open up the road in any of the screens that it's on. Antlers is here doing Aquamantis. That's quite the bullet hose, so that AI has been pumped up a bit. But 2 bombs still takes him out. Unfortunately, doesn't find anything consequential, just another missile pack. Eat My Steel traipsing into the wrong cave, ending up having to pay. Antlers takes an intentional death to refill his life before leaving level 1. Welcome refill of bombs for Eat My Steel. Dark Groupie's heading up the Lost Hills. Sis Crusher on half a heart. Trying to clear out some overworld checks. Eat My Steel's headed toward where level 1 is. Has 3 keys, which is plenty to get through level 1. Antlers, on the other hand, only has 1 key, and that's not enough to make it to the treasure room unless he manages to find another key. Oh, Eat My Steel ended up in level 4, so I had that wrong. Looks like Dark Groupie's also in level 1. Bit of a bust in level 1, it looks like. And Antlers does find 2 dungeon keys, which is more than enough to get him into the treasure room, where I believe we did find Triforce piece number 5, which is required, so I should probably amend that. There is one thing to go into level 1 for. Bit of a gamble there, trading a bomb for that drop. Turned it out to be a missile pack, not exactly helpful. Antlers collects his second Triforce piece number 5. Am I still able to check the raft location, or the ladder location in level 5? Having a little bit more luck here than Antlers was with having the red candle. Really, that's... Oh, we've got a wooden sword for Sis Crusher in level 5. That's our first blade today. Eat My Steel finds Triforce piece number 6 from level 4. So that was the one that Antlers had gotten earlier. Still, we have a sword in play. That's huge. Yes, blade in quotation marks. Oh, let me check that. Show items on map should be set to yes, so there should be dots on this. Just have to rely on a player to pause. Sis Crusher has a sword and is now able to defeat the Pole's Voice guarding the Olive Garden location, where you normally find the breadstick. Antlers, also facing a moral quandary here, decides to take the key instead of the heart. Antlers is very comfortable with low percent runs, so this isn't too surprising. Though we haven't seen both sword caves yet, hearts may be important. Alright. Sis Crusher was able to take out the Pole's Voice. Let's go see what Olive Garden has today. It's just a missile pack. Somewhere in this world there's going to be a cache of powerful and important items, but we haven't found anything like that yet. Ridley has the sword. Dark Ruby found that hint from level 1. Information being very important in these games. These hints can end up being pretty helpful. So all that really lets us know is that there is a sword in Ridley's hideout somewhere. Sis Crusher finds another missile pack, and we do get a hint here that the 12th enemy has the bomb. If you're aware of the way Zelda's 10th enemy has the bomb trick works, that is a hint that lets you know if you can force a bomb drop by killing 12 enemies in a row without taking damage and bombing the last enemy. Dark Ruby picking up Triforce piece number 5 from level 1. Antlers refilling on bombs. Dark Ruby re-entering level 1. After taking the Triforce piece, looks like he wants to finish cleaning up here. My Steel's trying to do a screen wrap to the top of the Lost Hills. This is a time-saving technique. Even if he messes up a few times here, it'll still save time from all the screen transitions getting to the top of the Lost Hills. And there he gets it. Sis Crusher finds his way into level 8, and now with the sword, he's able to check some of these locations that were sealed off earlier without a sword. So he should be able to check the room beyond this one, because he'll be able to kill the Pole's Voice. Eat My Steel entered level 1, got the level 8 map. Dark Ruby taking the heart container from the top of the waterfall. There's another... Oh, there's a Totem of Kraid under the Armo statue. For those who are new to Z1M1, the totems are a way to get into Torian. Normally, you'd have to defeat Ridley and Kraid both to enter Torian, but that has been separated out into items, the Totem of Ridley and the Totem of Kraid. And that means you don't necessarily have to defeat the mini-bosses in order to enter Torian, but they may have important items, and they do give you 75 missiles when you beat them, so it's usually a good idea to at least defeat one of them. Antlers is making quick work of level 3 with just the bomb. Finds arrows. Wooden arrows. That's potentially required. We don't know if arrows are progressive or not. If they're progressive, it forces you to get the wooden arrows before you're getting the silver arrows. Both of those spots will be wooden arrows until they're picked up. Still, it's necessary for defeating Goma. Eat My Steel gets Triforce piece number 5. Sis Crusher is putting the work in to get the Blue Lagoon taken care of with, you know, the green, the no rings, wood sword, 5 health, and a blue potion. But he's pausing now and then to make it a little more manageable to dodge everything in here. So his stream isn't actually stuttering. He's pausing for tactical advantage here. Antler says no to the shield on the floor in level 3. It changes your sprite location, your sprite appearance, which makes it a little harder to do clipping from the side. I think that's the main reason that he doesn't touch the magic shield. Quick fight of Aquamantis from Eat My Steel gets the key and the missile tank. Sis Crusher's still going to work on this Blue Lagoon here. He's taken 1 hit since I last checked in on him, but he's slowly whittling him away. Since random damage is on, it looks like the BMO statues don't actually do damage when they connect with you, and it looks like the Dark Nuts are only doing 1 heart of damage when they connect. Eat My Steel does opt for the magic shield instead of the key. Does take the old man's advice. Takes the old man's advice yet again, gets the heart container, and Sis Crusher manages to make it through the Blue Lagoon. Darker picks up the power bracelet from the coast. And pays a fine for harassing NPCs. This is looking like a pretty vanilla level 8. Aside from the front half being a little mixed up, we've got 2 rooms that are pretty much vanilla here. And there's taking a bit of time here in level... Ooh, we've got Morph Ball bombs from Eat My Steel. And they're just behind a bush in the forest. That's a huge find, but they're useless now, but they will be very important if you can ever find Morph Ball. It's oh, we got Turbo Handla for Antlers here. Impressive dodging. Oh, that is a powerful bop. And a well-placed bomb. Well done, Antlers. He's still getting by with only bombs. It looks like he's lining up these keys here to try to get at least 2 for 1. He's got 2 bombs left. Oh, he's going for it. Dungeon key for Sis Crusher for clearing out that room, and it looks like the wooden sword for Eat My Steel. So more like Eat My Maple at this point. Actually, with as much damage as the wood sword does, I'm willing to bet it's like Birk or Elm. And a Triforce piece in the Triforce room. It's number 2 for Antlers. It's his 3rd Triforce piece. Good block clip on Eat My Steel. And that is a nasty room full of Pole's voice. Not great when you don't have a bow. Dark Rupee's venturing into Ridley's hideout. Usually it's the most harmful place in Metroid. I didn't see how much damage he takes, but he's managing to make it through. Antlers is in level 6. That's a bit of a rough place to be in with 4 hearts. In vanilla, just taking 1 shot from these red Wizrobes would be enough to put him out in commission, but it's hard to know what it would actually be with the random damage on. It's interesting that Syscrusher's choosing to go through level 8 here. We get so we do know that arrows are progressive. Dark Rupee was able to look at the item behind the hard jump in Ridley's hideout, and it is arrows, but it was wooden arrows, and that was not where Antlers got his set of wooden arrows. So those will be necessary, because silver arrows are necessary to defeat Ganon. Syscrusher entering level 8 here might be not the best play, even if there is something important in level 8 here, because of how much time he has to take to get through level 8. Just with the wood sword, and taking an unfortunate death off of a Pole's voice that just managed to jump just right to make it inconvenient. Dark Rupee taking some harassment. Emi Steel's been questioned about whether he's been to Zebes. I don't believe he has. He picked up his wave beam, so yeah, he's been to Zebes already. Dark Rupee's really making the dream work down in Ridley's hideout. I'm really surprised that he's able to stay alive for this long. He's checking the basement location. There's 2 locations down here that could have something for him, and it's pretty perilous to get down here, so if it's something important, if he finds the Morph Ball down here, that's going to be a really big find. Antlers is already up to the Wand location in level 6. Looks like Syscrusher opted not to go back into level 8. He would have had to clear the Blue Lagoon again. And Antlers finds the Recorder. Now that's necessary if you're defeating level 5 and level 7, and it does open up a fast travel option in the overworld. Emi Steel being very careful with how he places those bombs to defeat the Dodongos. Didn't see what Dark Rupee picked up off that pedestal, so I'm gonna have to check later. Emi Steel's making sure to catch the Dodongo in a smoke blast and stabbing them because it guarantees a bomb drop, which is a good way to keep your bombs full. There's a fake Ridley on Dark Rupee's screen. As Syscrusher heads into Kraid's lair, looks like he's actually going to explore Kraid's lair now. Okay, 10 missiles, thanks. Thanks for keeping me honest, chat. I don't believe there's a whole lot to find in Kraid's hideout so far, although I may not have been looking at the moment. And does Syscrusher have Screw Attack? Yes, he does. I didn't see him pick that up. That's amazing. Yeah, that'll make things so much easier in Metroid. Emi Steel is going all the way up to Digdogger in level 5. A bit surprising. Doesn't have the Recorder, so he can't actually finish level 5. Oh, wait. Shoot, somebody picked up the Recorder and apparently didn't get marked. That was Antlers, I think he picked it up? Yeah, he picked it up in level 6, that's right. It's an E-Tank for Syscrusher. I believe Syscrusher is leading the way in terms of health right now. Really wondering if Antlers is ever going to go back to start and get the red candle. So far he's been doing pretty well without it, but he does not have any other damage source aside from bombs right now, so he's done phenomenally given that. Sis Crusher has the Ice Beam. I don't know if that... Yeah, that was marked. Antler's finding level 2 up in Death Mountain. Am still about to check one of the hints? It says Brinstar retains the key. I'm assuming that's the magic key or the any key. Not just a skeleton key. Otherwise, it's basically saying there's absolutely nothing of value in Brinstar. Screw Attack was in level 8 in the room to the right of the room 2 up from the entrance room. Oh, so the Pole's Voice closet in vanilla. Okay, that's a pretty good find in level 8 if that's the case. And yeah, I didn't get to see him pick that up. I only got to see when he was taking on the Blue Lagoon. Am still clipping over there? He has the ladder, so he didn't need to clip over that, but sometimes you forget if you get the ladder too early in the game, and you just decide clipping is better. And level 2 is proving to be pretty profitable, as usual. That was a fantastic 4-rope kill for Antlers. This is usually the room that has the magic boomerang, and even multitasking, getting the bomb to destroy the last rope and open up the north exit. Sis Crusher is probably going to take on Kraid at this point. That's a pretty healthy loadout for taking on Kraid. Looks like vanilla cost for opening those doors. My Steel picks up Totem of Kraid. Yeah, I'm a lady. Just so you know. Yep, taking on Kraid, no problem. Doesn't have Morph Ball, so it looks like Sis Crusher won't be able to pick up that heart container, but he does know that that's down there now, so he can safely ignore it. And it did give him 75 more missiles to play with. My Steel now in level 6. Wonder if he's going to spend that key to check the old man's hint in level 6. He's got 4, so he could be pretty comfortable spending it there. And he says no. There's much better things to spend keys on. Oh, Magic Rod for Dark Rupee. Missed that. Looks like he's getting his Brinstar checks in. My Steel's about to get the Recorder if he continues on this trajectory, which means he could go back into level 5 and finish off Dig Dogger. Okay. Looking like all our runners are doing a pretty good job getting through Metroid at this moment, except for My Steel's actually making short work of level 6. Antlers gets his first energy tank. Oh, he's got Wave Beam. I don't have that marked for some reason. So nobody has found Morph Ball yet. My Steel unfortunately taking a death right outside the room with the Recorder. Wonder if he's going to continue trying in there, if he's going to head back out. Yep, he's going back in for another round. That's good. Sis Crusher's heading over. He doesn't have the Morph Ball, so he must be checking the ceiling item. Let's see if that's important today. What's in the ceiling? Oh, really trying to get that Rio to freeze in just the right spot. And it's the magic key. It's somewhat important. It can help you out in a pinch, but... yeah, looking like he thinks it's valuable enough that he's going to try to come up here and get it. It's way too far away. Shoots the Rio. That's gonna be a little bit of a setback in trying to get up there. 2 Rios. Oh, that was frozen in a great spot, but... oh no, and the dangers of having screw attack. My Steel's back up to where he died before. Wondering if he's gonna go check out some of the rooms to the right. Nope, he's gonna take a Wizrobe body check and get sent right back to the start of level 6. And that is a perfect spot to freeze a Rio. Now, as long as he doesn't screw attack, he should be good. Alright, that's magical key for Sis Crusher. Press the any key to continue. My Steel finds his way into level 3. Sis Crusher maybe taking a moment to assess the map. Dark Ruby in level 4 with the color palette of level 8, looks like. Now, I don't know if we actually did get to see all of level 4's items, because I think the other runners weren't quite as thorough here. And what is that? Is that a sword? I'm not really sure with Dark Ruby's skin. That's a red potion. Okay. It's a rose. Alright. My Steel forced to take the magical shield that he already had by being bopped back into it. I think he was trying to save that for later in case a like took one off of him. Now this is a room, I'm not sure if Antlers would have spent all the bombs needed to clear that room of keys, so this may be a new check here, the raft location in level 3. Sis Crusher's taking on Aquamantis in level 1 with a sword, grabs dungeon key, and it's just a missile pack in the raft location as well as the Triforce 1 room. Now, Dark Ruby does have... no, he does not have a sword, so he can't defeat Gleeok. So we're still not going to see what the Gleeok item is in level 4. We're still missing some pretty key items. We don't know where the bow is. We don't know where Morph Ball is. And there's back in level 2. Still doesn't have any free items to attack with. But he does have a full pouch of 8 bombs. It looks like Dark Ruby is actually going deep into level 4, making sure he gets all of the items that he can before heading back out. The lion protects the bow. That's a really good hint that I don't think anybody else would have seen because nobody's gone this far. Oh, he does have the magic rod. He can defeat Gleeok because he does have the magic rod. That's a really well done Moldorm fight from Antlers. 3 bombs, I think, to take out Moldorm. The lizard camouflages the sword. That's the one that we've seen so far. We've seen the wood sword in level 5. And here's Dark Ruby taking on the Gleeok, and with the weird hitbox with the magic rod, he's able to hit it from the side in weird ways. There's high jump boots for Dark Ruby. Antlers is going to be the first to clear level 2. And Dark Ruby picks up his wooden sword. And nothing important in level 2 behind the boss or the Triforce room. Because a few more locations up here that Antlers might opt to check. I can't tell if he's spied anything up here, but there's a few more bombs that he can spend up in the Death Mountain area. Dark Ruby might have some unfinished business here in level 4, otherwise I'm not really sure what he's going for. He looks like he's trying to do the ladder clip, because this is a T-shaped room where there's a moat around the bottom, and you have to do a clip in order to get across that moat. Oh, he never came here and got the Triforce item, or if he did, he saw it was a Triforce and decided to defeat the boss before moving on. Sis Crusher takes the Totem of Kraid from behind the Armos statue. As My Steel is about to take on Turbo Handla in level 3. And Dark Ruby picks up that Triforce piece. Triforce piece number 6. Overall, we've only seen 3 Triforce pieces, and all 8 are required to get into level 9. That's not to say that there won't be any quest items in level 9. It's possible that it will force us to defeat Ganon before taking on Mother Brain. If, for instance... is Zelda Shuffle on? I believe Zelda Shuffle is... No, Zelda Shuffle's random. So there's a possibility that Zelda will be in a different dungeon. There's Triforce piece number 2 for Eat My Steel. But if there is a totem in level 9, then we'll be forced to collect all Triforce pieces before being able to take on Mother Brain. Dark Ruby enters a Blood Red level 8. Sis Crusher and Antlers are actually in the same room right now. Well, they were for a brief moment. Antlers is rushing to the north end of level 3, which he hadn't gotten to before. And there's the hint in My Steel screen to check out all seek out all Triforce pieces, though we do know that from the seed setting. There's no variance in how many Triforce pieces are required in this. There's the helpful blue potion for Dark Ruby. And Antlers is indeed spending the bombs to get rid of all the keys in this room. It's going to be a pretty tricky endeavor to line this all up in a way that isn't too frustrating. Still only getting 1 keys per explosion. That's not what you want to see. A rupees for free. Sis Crusher picks up wooden arrows from level 3. All that work, and Antlers gets his missiles. Not the best thing you want to find. Sis Crusher taking on Turbo Handla, and oh, 1 shot, 1 kill. Dark Ruby's having a little bit more luck with the Blue Lagoon than Sis Crusher might have had, and I think that with the AI augmentation, it looks like the blue Dark Nuts are moving faster than they normally would, making them extra difficult to deal with. That's Triforce piece number 2 for Sis Crusher. His second Triforce piece, number 2. My Steel going through level 2 with a sword and a candle in hand. This will be a lot easier than the bomb placement that Antlers had to deal with. And looks like Antlers finally did get his red candle, so... about time. He could definitely use that book. He seems to be hurting himself with that fire a little more than... Oh, it's gotta feel like a relief, though, to not be dependent on bombs to do damage. Antlers finds level 9. No need to go in there until you've got all the Triforces. Oh, unless he's farming bombs. He must be farming bombs. Moblins are in the bomb drop group, and there's the bombs that Antlers was looking for. Hint for Crusher about the sword that he's already holding. I believe that the one he got was from level 5, so it's a redundant hint for him. Antlers buys the Ridley Totem Compass, and so far we haven't seen the Ridley Totem. Looks like Antlers is going to have to do the burning tour of Hyrule that everybody else has already done. He's going to play catch-up on some of these locations. Somewhat good news for him that I don't think there's much worthwhile behind any of these bushes, so he can catch up and feel that he hasn't been too far behind this whole time. And there's this still doing a swordless run, yeah. Crusher picks up the large shield from level 3. Oh, Antlers has the ladder too. I don't know why that wasn't marked. Everybody got the ladder. That was the free item. Death shrouds the Varia suit. Now that's an interesting hint. Death refers to level 9. So probably not going to see the Varia suit anytime soon. And there's Goma. We can't do anything about that. So there's 2 items that we won't be able to check in level 8 until we get the bow. And there's 2 items in level 6 that we won't be able to check without the bow as well. Still, I don't think we have the bait. That's not on the tracker, but it is a necessary item to get through level 7. Yeah, Eat My Steel was able to get through level 2 much faster with the sword and candle. Antlers being in level 7 may find... No, it was level 5 that has the sword. But there is the Ice Beam in here, so that will help him get through Metroid. Yeah, there's the Ice Beam for Antlers. Crusher finds his way into level 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think level 2 is completely worthless. Other than being full of money, which Crusher isn't hurting for. With the ladder in hand, our runner could go deeper into level 7 than I think they have been, but without the bait, there's only like 1 or 2 checks that they can make. Darkerby is pushing deep into level 8. I don't think we've seen this far. I didn't see if he picked up the screw attack. I know he didn't open that one earlier, but... Taking on the 4-headed Gliok with the magic rod. I don't know if he's doing damage stacking. If you attack with the sword and the magic rod on the same frame, it can double up the damages between the two. And he takes the death to the 4-headed Gliok now. That's not too unexpected. It's a pretty tough fight on 5 hearts with no protection. Antlers is also in level 8, and unfortunately, without any way to damage the Pole's voice, he's in the same situation that Eat My Seal was in early on in the seed. So Antlers won't be able to progress past this room. And I wonder if he's going to do the exact same thing Eat My Steel did and hope that the shuffle shuffles away the Pole's voice. Yeah. He's trying for it, but no such luck. Oh, looks like Darkerby did open that door, so I'm going to mark off screw attack, because I'm pretty sure he would have picked it up. You don't even need to defeat the enemies in that room to make that item appear. Awesome. Well, it's good to know Takezu Ishida. Oh, okay. Antlers takes a death in level 8. Looks like he took it in the Blue Lagoon area. This will be interesting, because I do firmly believe that between Dark Rupee and Antlers, that one of them is going to defeat the four-headed Gliok before leaving this dungeon. Alright, Antlers is about to go get Screw Attack. Yep. Oh, and it's a vanilla Pulse Voice Closet, too, so... Oh, so Antlers has decided that level 8 is not the place to be right now. Interesting. And there, he's gonna get more Fall Bombs as well. With all these Metroid items, I'm wondering if Antlers is gonna want to head into Metroid soon. Well, he's still doing the Burn tour. Ah, level 5 was behind a bush, so that's a pretty important thing to have the candle for. And he does have the recorder, but he doesn't have a sword. Well, that's not necessary. You can defeat Dig Dogger with bombs. Alright, Dark Rupee versus Four-Headed Gliok, round 2. Now, I wonder if he's going to pull out his potions for this. Yeah, it looks like he will. Now, if you're new to Z1M1, you may not know this, but in Z1M1, the potions stack up to 4 deep, as opposed to 2 deep in the original vanilla Zelda. Sis Crusher's up at Spectacle Rock. I don't think we've seen anybody up here before, so this will be a new overworld check. And Antlers finally finds the wooden sword. Oh, that's fantastic. All of our runners have finally got a sword. The Manji covers the arrows. I think we already know that. I don't know if Dark Rupee knows that. Oh, there's a Manhandala in the corner. He's got the bow. I don't know when he picked that up, but was that what he got from behind? That's actually a great hint to get if you just picked up the bow. Because I think he killed the Four-Headed Gliok while I was looking at everybody else's screen. Antlers has 6 keys to his name. That's a pretty good amount of keys. And with any keys stuck up in the ceiling in Brinstar, it's a good thing to stock up on keys, because that's kind of an out-of-the-way check. Oh, we're finally getting some upper Norfair checks here from Sis Crusher. I don't think we've seen this before. Did he pick up high jump boots when I wasn't looking, or is he just using Ice Beam to get up here? Ooh, that's not a great spot to have frozen the Ripper MK2. Antlers is dogging those Pulse Voice with the wooden sword. They take 9 hits apiece, so he's got to really stick close to him. Do some work. Just a few inconsequential items in the attic for Norfair so far. Oh, Sis Crusher up a... Oh, right, because he probably doesn't have the tools to get up to the very top chamber. I believe, though, with the enemy randomizer, there's a decent chance that you can get the right enemies to freeze to go to the top. Alright, Dark Rupee checks out Spectacle Rock, finds a useless shop. Yeah, Antlers is going to be able to clear level 5, so that'll be exciting. Sis Crusher getting the back half of Brinstar now. Don't think there was anything good down there, though, so that's a bit unfortunate. Dark Rupee heading back into Zelda. Eat My Steel still exploring Kraid. Looks like Antlers is making pretty good time through level 5 here. Hold on, Eat My Steel must have high jump boots with the height that he was jumping there. I think. Oh no, that's not high jump. Alright. Ooh, rough death for Antlers. Pretty close to the boss room. But an errant knight errant manages to do him in. Yeah, these colored palettes are a feature of Z1M1 that you can just set to randomize. And I believe Dark Groupie is one of the only ones who has that enabled. I know both Dark Groupie and I have randomized dungeon palettes and Zelda enabled. I just realized there's a distinct lack of Mario among these, so Shaddy is not racing today. Or at least is not being restreamed. I can't remember if he had agreed to do a race today. Four Eye Steven, I think, was going to race and end up dropping out. And just like that, Antlers is already back where he came from in level 5. Dark Ruby's really getting some use out of the magic rod. And a nice empty room to build up the climax here as Antlers takes on Digdogger. Bomb, then Recorder, and then Stab. Should be one more. There it is. And for all his trouble, he gets the magic boomerang, does not want the scrap metal. No use cluttering the inventory, making the menuing harder. Oh, we still have some overworld locations here that Antlers hasn't gotten to. Checking along the coast here. Slick dodge there by Sis Crusher as he jumped over the Zebo, I think those are? Zebo? Antlers following protocol yet again, taking the left item. And we're just about an hour into this seed, still haven't seen Morph Ball, have seen the bow, and we do know where both arrows are, so we do know where the silver arrows are. We've got ice, so we have most of our go mode equipment items. Eat My Steel looks like he's going for the ceiling item as well. Alright, he might be able to make this work. And there he goes, any key for Eat My Steel. Now with Sword in Hand, Antlers is raring to go, taking on level 8. Red potion for Dark Rupee, blue potion for Antlers. Oh, if Sis Crusher got the raft, alright, let me get that marked off. It looks like he's going up the Brinstar climb. This is a bit of a touchy climb, looks like he decided to nope out of it. With high jump boots, though, that is a lot more doable. Now, actually, I just realized that it may be required to go up there for the Morph Ball. Hold on, what is the routing set to? That might be an advanced... routing mode is standard. So I don't think that that's in logic. Looks like Dark Rupee just picked up Triforce piece number 2 out of level 3. Yeah, I guess we don't race on anything except for standard, so never mind. Yeah, there's trying to line up these dark nuts for some bomb damage because it's very tedious to get 8 hits in with the wooden sword. He's got no more bombs to rely on though, so he's got to really work to get these dark nuts taken care of. Sis Crusher working through level 4. Looks like My Steel is heading into Norfair for the first time. Doesn't have high jump, but he does have the ice beam, so he could opt to go... Yep, climb up to the top of the attic. Oh, with that viola, he might have even be able to build the staircase up there if he really wanted to. Alright, Sis Crusher picks up Triforce piece number 6. That ties up all of our Triforce count. All of our runners have the exact same Triforces, and I believe... Oh, no, it looks like Dark Rupee's still missing the Kraid Totem, but other than that, we would all be on par for quest items. It's interesting to see progression roughly this even an hour into the seed. Alright, My Steel is actually lining up this freeze here. He's going to be checking the second tier of Upper Norfair. Unfortunately, nothing great here. I think it's just bombs and money. Yeah, it says no to the bombs. Oh, it's missiles. Oh, he could use some missiles. So takes the 15 missile up. Top up. Dark Rupee finds a level 5 colored level 2. Alright, My Steel, are you gonna try for... Oh, that's a really rough jump. I don't think you can really do that without high jump, so that's unfortunate. I think he's gonna have to... Guess this Crusher knew correctly that you weren't really gonna be able to hit that. Unless he's able to bring one of those jumping enemies, that one, the jellyfish. If he's able to bring that all the way up, he might be able to do it, but that's probably more trouble than it's worth. Sis Crusher taking on the 2-headed Gleeok in level 4. Should soon be rewarded with the high jump boots. That is if he doesn't bite it here. 1 heart left, but he's very close to finishing him off. Yeah, taking a dip out of that liquid courage just to make sure he gets this job done. As Dark Rupee also finishes up level 2. There's high jump for Sis Crusher. So we've seen level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So all of the levels have been accounted for at this point. So we're just looking for the progression to get through them. I don't think anybody's taken on Ridley yet, but in order to get his item, you still need the Morph Ball, so he can't exactly be holding up progression, and most of the stuff in his hideout is actually blocked by progression. There is the attic item, which Sis Crusher might be going to right now, actually. I was just thinking about that. Does Ridley's attic hold the key? You need either Morph Ball bombs or high jump boots to get up here. Well, just a Morph Ball will be a way to glitch up there, but... that takes quite a bit of time. Alright, here's that attic item I was just curious about. We're really running out of places to look, though. I think Kraid has been almost all accounted for, at least with barring the two that are required to have Morph Ball to get. Oh man, no luck up there. Alright, Antlers is going to the north side of level 8. We do know where the bow and arrow are, so we could actually finish out level 6 and level 8. I don't think we've done that yet. So Dark Ruby may hold the key here if he can get the wood arrows out of level 3. Oh, he was in level 3. He probably has them. Next time he pauses, I have to double check to see if he has the arrow. Because this is looking like it's level 6 or level 8 might be where we need to go. Antlers is really making sure he takes care of these pulls voice the old-fashioned way here. There's nothing that makes someone want to race on the Famicom version faster than being forced to deal with a room full of Pulls voice with a wood sword. Yeah, this is an Equipment Anywhere flag set. That's correct. So even minor locations are places that we might need to check. So if Dark Ruby does have the bait, we do have most of the back half of level 7. Yeah, it may be in a minor location. Oh! I was wrong. We don't actually know where the silvers are because I misread what was shown. Does this Crusher have the white sword? He must have the white sword because that showed up as the magic sword over there. Dark Ruby's item set confused me, and I thought I had seen an arrow across the impossible jump location. Looks like that was just another sword location. So that's out of reach until we can find Morph Ball. Looks like Eat My Steel's heading into the back half of Bryn Star. I'm tentatively going to mark this Crusher as having the white sword because I'm almost entirely certain that that item was progressive. I'm not sure where he pulled it out of, though. Okay, in level 4 Triforce room. Okay. So Dark Ruby should have white sword too. Yeah, with how fast he took out those whiz robes, I'm actually thinking he does. So I'm gonna mark that off as well. And Siscrusher opts not to check the lower left corner of Ridley's hideout. I'm pretty sure we know that that's nothing important. But we do have the Norfair location here that he can check. We can't get into lower Norfair without Morph Ball, so that's all locked off. And there's taking some frustration out on the man there, the old man. Four-headed Gleeok fight from Antlers. He's usually really good at this. No pressure or anything. But yeah, as long as he keeps full hearts, he's usually really good at taking out these Gleeoks here. Even though the fire rate has been increased, yeah, he doesn't seem to be having much trouble at all. Oh, finally takes a hit. Oh, just missing him there. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's floating like a butterfly. Making sure he gets those stings in when he can land the hits. Ooh, that's rough. Yep, hits the potion. Alright, we're finally gonna go see, I believe this is a Wave Beam check here from Siscrusher. Just as Antlers finishes up with the four-headed Gleeok, it's a heart container. Haha, there's the bow and a turbo handler guarding it, making sure that it's extra difficult. Dark Ruby about to pick up the breadstick here as soon as he clears out these Vyres. Oh, Eat My Steel managed to make the ice climb, looks like. So he's going to check the top part of Brinstar here. It's just a compass so far. And I think that's it. That's as far as he can go. Yeah. Just a compass. Dark Rupee gets the recorder. Siskrush, you're checking our raft location. The coastline raft location. With a guaranteed free heart container. Antlers has the bow and arrow now, and is diving level 6. Now don't alright, I'm just gonna mark, yeah, Dark Rupee does have the arrows. So they're both headed toward Goma here. I didn't see if Antlers got to check. Oh, he got the bow at level 8, but he didn't go back in to clear level 8. Which hopefully wasn't too bad of a mistake. Antlers one room ahead of Dark Rupee here in clearing level 6. But Dark Rupee does have the sword beam advantage here if he wants to clear this out more quickly. Might be catching up here. Oh, and also he's using the rod. Which I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen any of the other runners use. Siskrush fighting the Blue Lagoon here. He does indeed have the white sword, so I was right to mark that, yeah. And thanks for letting me know that he got it off of level 4. Alright, Antlers does need to check this NSU room to the south of Goma. NSU, Norfair State University. Home of the Wizrobes. Dark Rupee's caught up in the rooms, but also has to take a hit of the potion. So both Dark Antlers and Dark Rupee here trying to clear out the Wizrobes. And just 5 missiles for all their effort. Siskrush made it through the Blue Lagoon. Now he's got another mixed bag room here. One and done, finds the letter, finds Zelda. So Zelda's in level 6. It's not the best news. Dark Rupee takes the death. I think that might have been intentional. Oh no. Oh, it's not intentional. I guess Dark Rupee didn't actually get to see the ending of level 6 there. Spoilers to Dark Rupee, this isn't where you want to be. Anyone do 7 yet? We haven't seen 7. I think Dark Rupee might be the only one with the bait. And as such, he would be the only one who could clear level 7. He did just get the recorder, so he could definitely go there. That's all the way open now. So that's definitely in logic. Alright, this is a power bracelet check from Antlers. It's just a useless shot, but it does have a compass he might be interested in. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up buying the compass. He buys another dungeon key. I'm not sure. Maybe he's preparing for level 9, because there are a lot of locations in level 9 that require keys. Yeah, Dark Rupee's still plowing back through level 6. It's a bit unfortunate. Zelda doesn't have to be in 9, but Ganon, yes, definitely still has to be in 9. And you do need to defeat Ganon in order to rescue Zelda. And there's a screw attack for Eat My Steel. Unlike in the Zelda 1 randomizer, where Zelda's location within level 9 is shuffled, in this case, she's at the end of a random dungeon. Antlers is headed to level 5, I think? No, it's level 4. Okay. Yeah, he hasn't gotten his high jump boots yet. High jump does put in the very top of Norfair into logic, I believe, as well, which we haven't seen yet. Alright, there's the blue Goma at the top of level 8. Syscrusher doesn't have his bow yet, but if he continues and defeats the Super Gleeok in level 8, he can come back here, and I think that's one more place that we might want to check. But yeah, level 7 is also a great place to clear out. Nice healthy red potion for Antlers. There's Goma down for Dark Rupee. He gets the letter. Let me mark that off. And he goes back down to NSU, trying to see if these Wizrobes will graduate or if they'll perish before getting their diploma. Yeah, that just sealed the fate. Looks like they're all failing this year. Masteel, definitely the healthiest of our runners. We still haven't found any protection yet. No blue ring, no red ring, and we do know the Varia suit is in level 9. Still missing 5 Triforce pieces. Still missing one of the totems. Alright, Antlers taking on Two-Headed Gleeok. Still wood sword, but much easier affair than the Four-Headed Gleeok. Syscrusher does not actually need to defeat this Goma, and he does have the bait as well. I didn't see that before. It looks like Syscrusher doesn't have the recorder, so he can't finish level 7 yet. Really curious why Syscrusher is so determined to take out this Manhandla here. There's not a lot of reward for this, other than getting the door open again and the 50 energy without getting molested. Dark Rupee picks up the white sword in level 5. Wait, hold on. Oh, he didn't have the white sword before. Interesting. Well, now he does, so that's marked off. Alright, Syscrusher's fighting Super Gleeok now. Lays the bait out. You know, just to make sure that... Looks like Gleeok's not falling for it. Still pretty focused on Syscrusher here. Sneaking in those hits when he can get them. I was doing 1.5 of damage whenever he takes a shot from the Gleeok here. And that's it. That's the game for Syscrusher versus Four-Headed Gleeok. And there's the bow. Now I'm curious if Syscrusher is going to leave level 8 immediately, or if he's actually going to take on that Goma. Looks like he's going back for the Goma. Alright, I think this is a check we haven't seen before. Antlers is finally taking the play into level 7. Oh, expertly placed those bombs. More bombs than you could ever want. Alright, is level 7 the play? Is level 8 the play? Is Sis Crusher going to be happy, or is Antlers going to be happy? The odds are on Antlers' side. There's way more checks here in level 7 than the 2 that we haven't seen here in level 8, but it could make all the difference. Alright, the last Manhandla guards the treasure room. Alright, there's your cheeseburger. It's the long beam for Sis Crusher. Looks like he's gonna take that one. We've got one more location that the Goma was hiding, and then it's gonna be off to the races for Antlers. Alright, what are these red dark nuts hiding? Still nothing important out of level 7. Eat My Steel's right behind Sis Crusher. Sis Crusher finds 1 heart. Level 8 is not the play. Here in the Wallmaster room, nothing for Antlers, looks like. Alright, red candle spot upcoming. Eat My Steel draining the Pole's voice with the wood sword. It's a trial that we've all had to go through. And it's blue ring. Well, no progression, but that certainly makes Antlers a lot more safe. Still have quite a few locations in level 7 here that could yield something important. Just about every room has a drop, so... E-Tank... Oh, he skipped a room that does have a drop. Bit of a wonder about that one. I don't know if that's going to matter, but there is a room with a drop that Antlers skipped. Still not the play in level 7. Alright, here we are on the tip of the nose. I think at this point, aside from the one that he skipped, there's just the treasure room and the boss room left. Eat My Steel's also having to clear another room full of Pole's voice, unfortunately. I can't remember if there is a drop here in this Dodongo room that Antlers is working on, but he can check it right when he's done with Aquamantis here. There's Totem of Ridley, which actually, that probably was going off this whole time, and I didn't even notice. And the Morph Ball! Alright, level 7 is the play. Antlers is off. He does have all of the things he needs to defeat Mother Brain if he really wanted to just clean out Metroid right now. In fact, actually, he's got the whole of Metroid at his mercy right now, so he could dive in and just go to town. Full clear Metroid, come back. Looks like Dark Rupee finished up with level 5. Does take the magical boomerang. Leave no inventory uncluttered, says Dark Rupee. Oh, this opens all of Ridley's hideout out as well, yeah. This is open season here for Antlers. Climbing to the attic, just gonna find money up there. NBD. Eat My Steel still working on that wood sword. Antlers is still working on the wood sword too, it looks like. But he won't for long if he continues exploring Ridley's hideout. Dark Rupee having to take on the Blue Lagoon. Probably looks like he's trying to get some damage stacking in. Sis Crusher takes a death in level 6. Eat My Steel takes a death in level 8. Rupee's going to check the Goma location that we saw from Sis Crusher earlier. And Sis Crusher's going to check the Goma location that Dark Rupee checked earlier. So a little bit of synchronicity there. That's Blue Goma down. And Antler's about to lead the way on some new checks in Ridley. There's 4 checks over to the left here, and then there's the jump. First one is just money. Oh, he might. Yeah, let me check. Or I'll check that off. We'll see. And there's the wood boomerang. Antler says no. There's some missiles. Antler's kind of, by just falling into him, says yes. Oh, that actually fully replenished his missile count. So there's just a sword upgrade here, and then he'll probably drop down to fight Ridley. See if Ridley's guarding anything important. We're still missing silver arrows. I had thought I knew where they were, but yeah, it turned out to not be the case. Sis Crusher picks up the recorder, as Dark Rupee picks up the long beam. Long beam! Eat My Steel reveals what is the white sword to him, but he still can't get it because he doesn't have the Morph Ball. About 90 minutes into this seed now. There's the magical sword for Antlers. First one to cap out the sword, and the last one to get a sword at all. That's Sis Crusher, I marked the wrong one. Last one to wood and first one to magic. And here comes Ridley. Should be a pretty easy fight. 4 energy tanks. Ice Beam, Wave Beam, 50 missiles. Yes. Really is a chump. He'll be going down in no time. He is moving around the arena because he does have augmented AI. That's still not going to save you, purple dinosaur. Nice and easy. Now, is Eat My Steel also going to take on Ridley? That's a question. It doesn't have the ability to take the item, and it's just a Triforce piece. It is necessary, but there's Triforce piece number 8. Still looking for those silvers. We haven't touched lower Norfair yet. Yeah, Eat My Steel is indeed going to take on Ridley. He's got plenty of energy tanks. And Ridley still is a chump. Yeah. There's the letter for Sis Crusher and the Zelda find for Sis Crusher. That momentary realization that it always takes when you realize that is indeed Zelda's room. And Eat My Steel, finding there is no way to get into the backside of Ridley without the Morph Ball. Unlike Kraid, you can't even check that item. Kraid at least is nice enough to let you peek at it and see if you want to come back. there's Ice Beam for Dark Rupee. And looks like Dark Rupee is finally going to make the play into level 7 to make sure that this is still a race, at least. Megs is good to have against Ridley. Yeah. For those who don't know, Metal Machine is the creator of Z1M1. He's here having fun in the chat as well. If you have any questions, ask Metal. If you have any grievances, blame Metal. That's what you do. Thank everybody in this community for making this randomizer possible. Alright, Dark Rupee taking up a bunch of bombs. And just clearing out the basement, making sure that he leaves no stone unturned. We're still looking for those silver arrows, so it pays to be thorough. And he's got time to. Speaking of being thorough, Dark Rupee also picked up the compass, making sure that he knows where all the Triforce pieces are. It's still a race for the Triforce pieces as well. Syscrusher also doing level 7. Much earlier in the level, though. Alright, Antlers equipped with... Did he not pick up high jump off of level 4? Did I miss that? He must have... Yeah, if he's got Magic Sword, he's definitely got high jump boots. Just mark that off. I don't even necessarily need to see him jump. I'm pretty sure he's got high jump. Alright, Ema Steel clearing out Ridley's hideout as well. Picks up those missiles. And doesn't care about that corner. It's interesting to see how many of the runners don't even care about that bottom left corner item. I believe that that is not a vanilla item, so people running vanilla Metroid may not even notice that that's there. Alright, here's a fresh new check. Fresh new check from Antlers. And we get the bomb upgrade. That's been missing this entire time as well. Alright, Dark Rupee about to pick up his blue ring. And some more fresh checks on the top of Norfair from Antlers. About to settle in. Climbing up this back wall is pretty tedious. Is he my steel right on his tail? I'm not exactly sure where he is right now. Oh, he's just coming out of Ridley. That's right. We do have randomized block respawn timer on, so some of these timings on his jump, you might be wondering, why aren't these blocks respawning? Alright, Triforce Piece 2 Compass, not really useful in this situation. Triforce Piece, what was that? I didn't even see the number on that one. Shoot. The Compass not so important, but the Triforce it is. Alright, 7, cool, got that marked. And there's the attic. Completely cleaned out for the first time. Ema Steel might be going... Oh, he doesn't have the Morph Ball. That's right. Gotta keep track of who got the Morph Ball and who didn't yet. Syscrusher is actually catching up to Dark Rupee in level 7 here, it looks like. Alright, Antlers might be setting up for the Norfair wrap here. Oh, didn't quite see what Ema Steel picked up out of the wave beam room. I can't remember if that was important. I don't think it was. Dark has no keys. Oh. What an interesting problem to have. Although he doesn't really need to worry about that this deep into level 7. Unless he also had to leave a check behind. That's a blue ring for Sis Crusher. Sis Crusher has the any key, so he can actually check all of them. Oh, they both skip the same room. Okay. And there's another bomb upgrade here. So Antlers is sitting pretty with 16 bombs. Both of them were gated by Morph Ball. Or High Jump. Actually, I think you can get around... No, still need Morph Ball. Never mind. Sis Crusher finally goes into this room. Let's see what these keys are hiding. Now, if this is crucial, if he finds silvers here, that might turn this game around. It's a heart container. Ah. Whew. No such luck. Looks like Dark Rupee's spending his hard-earned money on some hard-earned keys. Eat my steel diving level 6. And Antler's about to pick up the magical key. Looks like Dark Rupee has decided to clean out level 7 a little bit more thoroughly. Now, I don't remember if we've seen Meg's cave, or we've definitely seen one of the rooms of requirement, but we don't know whether that was White or Meg's yet. Or maybe we do. Maybe I didn't see when somebody checked and turned it in. But the only thing that I've seen so far behind a heart requirement has been an energy tank. Does Antlers have the raft yet? I'm not actually sure where Sis Crusher pulled that out, but Morph Ball for Sis Crusher, that's pretty big. I don't think I marked it for... Oh, did Dark Ruby take a death? Oh, he must have gotten... Oh, he got the heart container that that he was looking for before. So there's Morph Ball. Did he get the bombs as well? The bombs are just under a bush in the forest. So that'd be a really quick check that I might not have even noticed that he took. Eat My Steel, did he dive into the... Yeah, here, he needs to go into this room. Yeah, okay, so he hasn't gotten the recorder yet. Oh, we're finally getting some top Brinstar checks here from Antlers as well. There's the recorder for Eat My Steel. And Dark Group is checking some of the crate item locations that you couldn't get to without Morph Ball. Finds, ooh, an important Triforce piece. Triforce piece number 4. Finally, something important. Triforce piece number 1 out of the top of Brinstar for Antlers. Finally, something important for Kraid to have is what I was trying to say before important news interrupted me. And one more check that you need Morph Ball for, and this one is just an E-Tank. That is one healthy Dark Rupee. I think that's six tanks. There's one more tank that he could get to max out his inventory. Eat My Steel making his way to Goma. Antlers getting that dungeon key. Oh, I guess we haven't seen that dungeon key before. I think there's another one up here. Oh, and Darkerby's checking this area that's normally on top of Kraid. I don't think we've seen this before either. Nothing important on top of Kraid, looks like. Darkroop's probably going down there to end him. Yep. Should be a quick and easy fight, especially with that many energy tanks. But we already know, because the Sis Crusher already checked, that Kraid only holds a heart container. I don't think any of our runners have beaten both Kraid and Ridley yet. Because Antlers and Eat My Steel have taken out Ridley, and now Sis Crusher and Dark Rupee have taken out Kraid. Oh, we still have the Ice Beam location that hasn't been checked yet, and also the spare room that was turned into a item location that we haven't checked yet. Sis Crusher beats level 5, gets the dungeon key, and the magical boomerang is his if he wants it. He does not. Dark Rupee leaves Kraid's hideout. I'm wondering if Dark Rupee might be hungry for some Mother Brain in a jar here. And they're just going to check the Ice Beam location. Oh, Dark Rupee might be getting the ceiling item in a moment. The Any key. Alright, what was the Ice Beam today? Triforce piece number 3. They're all falling into place now. We've seen all the Triforce pieces at this point. Triforce piece number 4 is in Kraid's hideout. And it is entirely possible that the silver arrows are in level 9. In fact, it's actually... Well, I guess we haven't gotten to Lower Norfair yet. Lower Norfair still could hold the silver arrows. Oh, there's the Raph on Antlers? Okay. Oh, was that from the Morph Ball Bomb location? Sis Crusher is in the left half of Ridley's hideout. He'll be getting his magic sword if he keeps on this trajectory. And it's about to reveal to us, I believe, the last item in Brinstar. That last item is just pocket change. Don't think we've seen anything important in the shop, so that's not useful in this case. In fact, I don't know if I've seen equipment in the shop, even with the flag set to have equipment in the shop. Dark Rupee's chasing after Antlers in terms of Brinstar completion. And I think Antlers is going to have to swap places with Dark Rupee in Kraid's hideout. And Eat My Steel is still working on that wood sword, clearing out level 4. Does have the magic rod though, and most enemies, I think Dark Nuts are both. Wizrobes are the only thing that are vulnerable only to the sword and not the magic rod. That's Triforce piece 1 for Dark Rupee. Looks like Antlers is climbing all the way up to Mother Brain now. Just deciding to take on Mother Brain before taking on Kraid. Alright, so Crusher made the jump. Nice and easy. Using that Morph Ball unmorph jump strategy. When Samus unmorphs in the air, it puts her in a state as if she's on the ground but falling. So you're able to jump as long as you don't press left or right. This also can happen if you do a frame-perfect slip off of the edge without pressing left or right, just from falling from any ledge. Antlers is heading down to Torian. And takes a intentional death off of the Metroids. Quick way to fill up life. Gets a good missile refill plus some energy. As Sis Crusher goes in to be the first runner to take out 2 of the space pirates, the sub-bosses of Metroid. Didn't quite see exactly how painful Torian is today. Vanilla will do 30 damage per hit, I believe. But that's randomized today, and the Metroids do a constant damage, so they're different. They don't have the same damage table. They're almost like being in lava. There's Triforce piece number 8 for Sis Crusher. So Dark Harpy didn't check the Morph Ball Bomb location, so if that had the raft, then I don't think Dark Harpy's going to end up with the raft, but I don't think the raft is a necessary item in this seed. Eat My Steel is working through level 8. It's the last missile door for Antlers to open. After this, he's got the Zebatites to go through. Those auto-heal, but if you hit them constantly, it takes 8 to get rid of every Zebetite, or each Zebetite. Oh, plenty of missiles. I don't think Antlers is going to be worried about missile count. You might be seeing Antlers taking time to shoot 1 missile at one of the Metroids alone, and that desyncs their drop rates. Normally, you'd want to hit both Metroids with your missiles as much as possible so that you don't have to spend extra missiles, since you can share the damage between multiple Metroids. But by making sure that he hits one before the other, he desyncs their drops, because otherwise if you kill them on the same frame, they are guaranteed to have the same drop. Alright, he's got full energy and plenty enough missiles. Time for Mother Brain. Well, no longer has full energy. Looks like they're doing a little bit more than vanilla damage here. Oh, not quite. I think that was 28 damage. Yeah. Wait, 75 to 44. That's 31 damage. 31 damage per hit. And just like that, 2 energy tanks have evaporated from Antlers. He's just past the first Zebetite, so you might actually have to be a little more careful here as he progresses. Eat My Steel's just finishing, or coming up on the 4-headed Gliok here in level 8. Trying to take care to freeze those Rinkas in good positions to make sure that they don't bother you. With the enemy AI turned up, the Rinkas will readjust their trajectory now. They home in on you now and then. Every time they flash and reconsider their position, they'll home in on your new location. Alright, there's the 4-headed Gliok for Eat My Steel. And he does it. Eat My Steel will be getting his bow. And Sis Crusher gets 4 bombs. Antlers is still working on those Zebetites. 39 missiles. Looks like he's going to head back. Oh, 39 missiles and 34 energy. Pretty good reason to come back to farm some more. Vanilla Mother Brain without healing factor taking into account, because normally she doesn't heal, but with the augmentations on, she'll be healing in this. Would take 34 missiles to kill. Now, Antlers is going to be very, very upset if none of these Metroids decide to drop any missiles, and they have been known to do this, so... There's some missiles. Dark Rupee working through Ridley's hideout there. Might be getting his magic sword in just a moment. EMI Steel's going back up to the top of level 8 to clear out the Goma. Oh, finally, Sis Crusher looks like he dropped into lower Norfair, so there's some new checks coming in on that side. Still looking for the silvers. We do know where all the Triforce pieces are, though, so... So these are all very desynced. It's not necessarily Antler's game yet. There's the magic sword for Dark Rupee. Ooh, looks like Antlers is he's got 17 missiles left and he really needs a missile drop. 11. He's going to be able to do 2 more waves of Metroids if he's comfortable with one of them being a synced drop. So, yeah, he's going to try to line up the most amount of Metroids he possibly can. He might wait for that other one to join the fray here, just to be sure. Dark Rupee is taking on Ridley right now. And all energy. He's got 5 missiles left. He can do one more drop. And no missiles. Forces Antlers to exit Torian. I don't know. He didn't finish clearing out the Zebatites, and leaving Torian shouldn't normally reset them, but since he didn't finish, I don't know if that actually will save exactly how many of them he killed. It's not too often I've seen someone leave before defeating all the Zebatites. Or did he get all the Zebatites? I might have missed that, actually. And unlike energy, where you can die to refill some of your energy, you really have no way but farming to replenish your missiles. So, yeah, he's in for the long haul here. Didn't see what Sis Crusher's been pulling out of lower Norfair yet, so he's heading down Gumdrop Hallway here? No, well, he took a death. Looks like he won't be heading down any hallways until he gets back down there. Dark Rupee is going to be heading down to lower Norfair as well, perhaps? There's also a check that Sis Crusher did underneath the main elevator down to Norfair. Oh, looks like Antlers has decided that instead of farming, he just wants to go take on Kraid. That'll give him a healthy 75 missiles. So, yeah. That's one way to get more missiles. Oh, he's coming down here and getting the Triforce piece as well, so I guess he's clearing everything out. Yeah, it looks like Dark Rupee dropped down into... Wait, no, it's just his pallet. Never mind. I thought he was down in lower Norfair, but his pallet is switched. There's Triforce piece 4. That makes Antlers the first to complete his Dorito of Wisdom. Runny feet from Antlers, not able to do the unmorph jump because he must have input a sideways direction first. And EMI Steel is in level 7. Oh, wait, I might not have marked... Did he get the arrows? Oh, he's definitely got the rod, so I'll mark that off. This Crusher's back in Lower Norfair. Looks like he's farming the Rios for, not Rios, those are Gardas? For health. They can drop, large health, which is 20. Looks like Antlers is farming side hoppers, but not having that much luck. He needs missiles in order to open some doors, I think? He definitely needs missiles in order to get into Kraid's room. Gumdrop hallway for Sis Crusher. And the reason the gumdrops are purple is because he dropped into Lower Norfair and didn't go through the pallet swap room. So he's given Lower Norfair the same color palette as Upper Norfair. Dark Ruby should have gotten a Triforce from the room that I was looking away from for just half a second. I don't remember which Triforce that is. But Antlers is about to take on Kraid. And Eat My Steel is about, well, a little bit of ways, but shortly we'll be getting the blue ring. That's just a compass in the very far reaches of Lower Norfair. It's a bit of a disappointment. Now there's the consideration. Do you have to up A to get back to the left side of Lower Norfair? No, looks like he's just gonna go for it. Eat My Steel picks up his blue ring. Antlers picks up Ridley's heart container. Up A is out. Looks like he's going back to Torian? He could opt to go into level 9 if he wanted to. He's only got 77 energy. Dark Ruby's trying to get this... Oh, he's leaving this area, actually. I didn't get to see what he pulled out of that area. Quite a ways to get back to the other side of Lower Norfair. It may actually be entirely reasonable to up A in order to get to that left side. So Eat My Steel might be a little bit late to the party, but he's about to enter the... No, I'm still good. Okay, hold on, I'm back. Sorry, looks like I might be having some internet issues. Okay, it looks like I'm back. So my internet has been having difficulties, and it's been one of the reasons that I haven't been able to watch or to commentate on these all the time. So if I've missed stuff while I've been out, let me know. I'm getting the commentary stream back up just now. It's very likely that it's going to cut out again, so I'm sorry if I do, and I'm sorry there's no one else here in the booth. Alright, so it looks like we've got Dark Rupee coming down Gumdrop Hallway now, as Sis Crusher is warping back down to Lower Norfair. Maybe he died. Oh, there's the book! You might still pick up the book. I'm not sure how many other people picked up the book, because I keep looking away when they've been doing that check. Looks like Antlers is back on his way to Torian. Everybody's in Metroid right now, so that's an interesting bit. I'm going to mark off that Emai Steel got the Morph Ball, because obviously he got the Morph Ball. Yeah, of course, Antlers has no book. I think Antlers at this point still would take time to avoid the book, even though he doesn't even take damage from the fire anymore. Because it's a change that we put in for Z1M1. You don't... When you pick up the book, both the candle fire and the book fire do not damage you anymore, but I still think Antlers would go out of his way not to get the book. 88 missiles. Looks like Antlers is all set for his confrontation with Mother Brain. Emai Steel is going to be the last one to finish off both Space Pirates. Space Pirates, where's my sibilance there? There's Emai Steel getting Kraid taken care of. Says no to the heart container that he didn't even reveal. Antlers is kind of low on life, but I'm pretty sure he's going to farm Metroids before he goes into Mother Brain's room. My internet disconnected and my brain disconnected. Looking like Dark Rupee has unfinished business in Lower Norfair, so he might be going back down there. Looks like Sis Crusher also has a bit of unfinished business down here. If anybody saw them pick up anything important, let me know. Yeah, Antlers is certainly getting his energy tank back, but he's not getting replacements for his missiles yet. There they are. Desynced the drops and they still got 2 missiles. Emai Steel went back and got the heart container. And took a death. Likely intentional. Alright. I'm watching Sis Crusher now. Let's see what he picks up from the screw attack location. It's the blue candle. A little outmoded there. Bit obsolete for that deep dig. He's got one more section of Lower Norfair. I think it's got 2 items in it. Emai Steel's about to get Triforce piece number 4, I believe? Yeah, number 4. Looks like Dark Rupee is stuck standing in front of a doorway here. Probably going out for KFC again. Dinner percent for Dark Rupee. Antlers is back in Mother Brain's room. Looks like the Zebatites are still gone. Good to know that that's the thing. Did he clear all of the Zebatites? Because if he did, then this doesn't actually prove anything then. Oh, nope, he still had this last one. Alright. plenty of missiles, though. Pretty sure this is a pretty safe run on Mother Brain. Sis Crusher's coming on up on the last bit of lower Norfair here. Find some bombs. And that's it. Really delivering the payload to Mother Brain right now. Ooh. Alright, there you go. Rough hit knocks him into the lava here. Now, there's definitely a reason a runner may opt not for the screw attack late in the run, because if all you have left to do is Mother Brain, the screw attack isn't all that helpful in getting through the Mother Brain fight, because it can easily end up destroying some of the Rinkas that you already have frozen, which frees up another slot for the Rinkas to appear. Only 3 Rinkas can be on screen at a time. And so it's usually good to have all 3 of them frozen and accounted for, so you don't have to worry about them coming up on you while you're trying to deliver pain into the forehead of the gigantic Mother Brain. They're not playing easy here with Antlers. Sis Crusher checked out the top part of lower Norfair here. I'm sure he picked up a Triforce piece that I forget which one it is. Might be Triforce piece. No, number 1 is the top of Brinstar. It was looking like Antlers is 1 hit away from dying here, and Mother Brain is healing up a bunch of the damage that he already did. This is a nail biter. This is pretty close. As it turns white, that's it. Mother Brain is down. That's 1G for Antlers. That is, assuming he gets out of the randomized Torian platforms here, but it still will be in a repeating pattern, so it should be pretty easy. Yeah, this is nearly vanilla, actually. And Antlers is out of Metroid. I don't think we have the silver arrows accounted for yet, and Antlers certainly doesn't have the silver arrows. If they are accounted for, they were probably picked out of lower Norfair. I didn't end up watching most of the stuff getting taken out of lower Norfair. I only really know about the blue candle and a few bombs and such. Alright, so I know that I owe Dark Rupee a Triforce on the tracker, and I know I owe Sis Crusher a Triforce on the tracker. My Steel sees the wooden boomerang, opts not to get it. Okay, so Antlers didn't clear out level 8 before, so now he's gonna do that with the magic sword and make this look so easy. Looks like Eat My Steel accidentally fell from the left side in Ridley's hideout. Sis Crusher going to the top of Brinstar to get Triforce piece number 1. Yeah, judging by the map, he doesn't have 4 because that's in Crades, so I'm going to mark him down for 7. Because that seems reasonable. Also, just missed what Dark Rupee picked up out of lower Norfair yet again. Because I'm never looking at the right spot at the right time. Not exactly sure where Antlers is headed. Because I don't believe this is the way to level 9, if that's where he's trying to go. Oh, he's checking the raft spot, looks like. Alright, I'm paying attention. So it says Crusher got Triforce piece number 1. Dark Ruby's about to get the blue candle. Eat My Steel now having Morph Ball looks like he's going back to Ridley to get the Triforce piece out of his room. I don't know if we've seen Vanilla level 4 yet. Nothing important anyway, so no reason to care too much about level 4. Alright, now he's in level 9. And there's the first to breeze right through the full Triforce requirement. Old man. That's Triforce piece number 8 for Eat My Steel as well. It's still looking like Antlers has the lead here, unless Silver's ended up in Lower Norfair, and any of the times I wasn't looking. But judging by the way nobody left Lower Norfair after finding Silvers, I'm pretty sure that they weren't down there. So we might be looking for Silvers in level 9 at this point. And they can be anywhere in level 9. They could be on the floor in an eyeball, for all we know. We also don't know where the Red Ring and the Vari suit are. We do know the Vari suit is here somewhere in level 9. There's the Red Ring, just as I brought it up. That's a quick clip. A quick reverse block clip, too. Most people like to do it from the bottom, but Antlers is no stranger to doing it from the top. Something that you might want to keep in mind, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem for Antlers, but if he does take a death, and he does have to retraverse through a bunch of these rooms, any of the rooms that have spikes or bubbles in them will not refill with enemies. They'll only have the bubble or the spikes when he gets back to them. And Patcher won't respawn after he's been killed, but Lawnmolas will respawn after they've been killed, just not the first time you revisit the room. So Eat My Steel decided not to do the wrap from upper to lower Norfair on the left side. I'll have one more shot, one more time, that I can possibly check what is in lower Norfair. It looks like Dark Rupee's also in level 9 and is past the barrier, so I'm just going to go ahead and mark off all of his Triforce pieces. And for what it's worth, I'm going to mark off the Ridley totem, because I'm almost entirely certain I didn't mark that, even though he deserved to have that marked. In fact, actually, who else had their Ridley totem? Because I forget where that was. I think it was in level 7. Anybody who has Morph Ball should have Ridley totem. Yeah, it's in level 7. I remember this now. Alright, thank you, Metal. There's always plenty of remorse in Lower Norfair to go around. There's silver arrows! What did I say about finding it in the floor lying in an eye? Antlers finds silver arrows right where I said they might possibly be. That is not Antlers. I'm gonna mark that as wood, though, because I'm pretty sure Eat My Steel must have had wood arrows by now. Thank you, old man, for letting us relive the harrowing tale of the Morph Ball. It's funny, that is the exact location that I was thinking of when I was using it as a hyperbole, like, oh, it's on the floor in an eyeball. That room is the eyeball. That's where you normally pick up the compass. Yeah, looks like Antlers definitely has this on lock. I have the wrong person marked as defeating Mother Brain. Oops. It's Triforce piece number 4 for Sis Crusher. He only has 1 left. Unless I missed it. I very well could have missed it. So what definitely puts Antlers in the lead is he didn't even touch lower Norfair. Other than that, I think a lot of the ground that... Like, I feel like they've covered about the same amount of ground at this point. Just Antlers happen to... There's silver arrows for Dark Rupee. Just that Antlers happen to clear the correct ground. Though Dark Rupee might have actually cleared more than Antlers at this point. Yeah, Dark Rupee's actually putting the pressure here. Oh, he doesn't have Mother Brain dead. So, we're not quite at that point yet. Also, I don't know for sure if Antlers knows where Zelda is. Although I think he knows by process of elimination. I don't remember if he went... Yeah, he did. He skipped the letter, I remember. He should know where Zelda is. I think everybody does at this point. But no, I do remember him going to level 6. Alright, so here's fight with Ganon. Moving around. Oh, almost took a posthumous shot that would have killed him. But that's bacon for Antlers. No Zelda yet, so it's not quite GG. And there we find Heart Container behind Ganon. Not quite the Vari suit, so... Taking some work to take an intentional death here off of these moblins. Yeah, he knows. It's level 6. Dark Rupee is, well, accidentally walked back through the doorway, but looks like Dark Rupee will be done with Zelda shortly here. Did he pick up Red Ring as well? I don't know if he went... I'll have to wait for him to pause to see where he's been in level 9 to see if he picked up the Red Ring. Because I can't always count on his color palette to show. Yeah, Antlers has got this game on lock. Pretty obviously. GG at this point for Antlers. Dark Rupee is looking like to be a pretty solid second place at this point. Alright, there's Ganon number 2. Sis Crusher has a full Dorito. I'll mark that off. Very nice fight with Ganon there from Dark Rupee. Pull the Dorito from the salsa, and away he goes. Pick up a last heart container. And here's Antlers with Zelda. GG for Antlers. It's got an official SRL time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 29 seconds. GG Antlers. Alright, switch that audio over. Alright. I'll see if we can get Antlers in here for a interview post-game. Oh, he's already disconnected the... Disconnected his... Oh shit, I disconnected. Or did I? There we go. Okay. Woo! Yep, looks like Dark Ruby's about to get his first G in. Oh, I'm gonna drop this volume a little bit here. Okay, it looks like Antlers is taking a short break, and by the time he comes back, Dark Rupee may be on Mother Brain, actually. My steel is going through the top of Brinstar. Looks like I'm gonna have to mark off Triforce piece number 1 there as well. And looks like Sis Crusher is in level 9 now. Finds the Varia suit. That's something we didn't find elsewhere. Oh, he's got Morphball Bombs as well. I don't know why I don't have that marked. And obviously Dark Rupee also has Morphball Bombs. Yeah, it looks like Sis Crusher is going up the right side of level 9 for where the Vanilla Red Ring location is. So we're gonna see some extra checks here. I don't think he got the silver arrows yet. Just a missile tank. He certainly didn't get the red ring, so I don't think he's gone down off of the location. Hello, Antlers. We're joined by Antlers. GG.
Hey, thanks.
So, what do you think really set you apart from the other runners in the seed? Do you have any guesses?
I'll be honest. As soon as I found that red candle where it was,
Yeah.
I was operating under the assumption that I was gonna come in last. Like I was sure that I was the last one to find that.
You were by far the last one to find the red candle, but that ended up not mattering too much. There were only a very few important things under the candle, and most people were still blocked by. Actually, everybody was still blocked by the morph ball for forever. So
that's interesting because once you had the red candle, you get your sword, and you have everything you need. Well, I guess Recorder. Where was Recorder again?
That was in Vanilla Magic Rod location in level 6.
Oh, well, that probably helped me a little bit.
Right.
Okay. So that's why people couldn't get to the end of 7 to get... it was something important at the end of level 7.
Oh, it certainly was. That was where the morph ball was.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, so that makes a little bit more sense, but still, I figured the combat advantage that everyone else would have had on me by virtue of having a red candle and then the sword after that immediately in 5. Especially when I found the sword, I was like, well, I'm super dead in the water now. I'm guessing that people are just looking for the silvers right now.
Yeah, Sis Crusher's in level 9 wandering around at this point. I don't think he picked up silvers yet, or if he did, he just did. Might not have been looking away just as he did. Dark Rupee did find silvers. He's in level 6 to go get Zelda, and he's paused, so...
Huh.
He hasn't done Mother Brain yet. Oh, speaking of Mother Brain, running out of missiles in Torian, it's the worst.
I was so mad about that. Like, if I thought that I had a chance to win, I would have been even more mad, but I just kind of threw up my hands and said, why not? Everything else has gone wrong this seed. So,
wow.
I started, like, so I went to go kill Kraid after that because I was like, by the time that I take the time to farm all these missiles off of enemies in here, I might as well just go kill Kraid and make the
Right.
rest of the checks down there, see if my silvers aren't down there.
Right.
But yeah, that was, and then it started trolling me by giving me nothing but missiles when I was full and needed health the second time.
That's right. Do you have any feeling, like, when was your feeling that you may actually end up being in first? Or did you think all the way down to the wire that you're just waiting for that dot done from anybody else?
Yeah, until I was walking into Zelda's room, I still thought someone was gonna snipe me.
Gotcha.
When I found the silvers, I was like, well, that's probably why people haven't finished yet. But I
Right.
still thought I was probably lagging behind people to find.
No,
I thought,
you're actually the first one to get the morph ball. So,
really, that surprises me.
yeah, a few other people were exhausting some other, like, they could have gone to 7 to clear it out, but they didn't. Instead, they, got the bow a little late and decided to check 6, check 8. And you checking 7 before checking those locations, I think, was what really made the difference.
Yeah, honestly, like, once I got my sword out of 5, I just decided to kind of take a meme route and go back to 8 when I could have gone back to 4. I could have gone and done like a bunch of other stuff, but I thought, well, I lose anyway. Might as well take the crowd pleasing route and do level 8 with wood sword and like I think 6 hearts at the time.
Yeah. No, it was a pretty good fight with four-headed Gleeok there. He kept your hearts for most of it, so...
Yeah, 4-headed Gleeok is hard enough with wood sword and no rings, but when you add that extra fireball in there, it makes it really difficult.
Definitely. Yeah. You didn't go into lower Norfair either, which I think was a big difference between you and most other players, because they really did not want to go into 9, and I think they wanted to go to lower Norfair first.
See, I kind of figured Shaddy would go into 9 first, but I kind of figured everyone else would go into... Shaddy likes getting into 9, generally, from what I've seen from him, and looking for items, especially when it can be anywhere. There's a lot of checks in 9. There are a lot of checks in 9. But yeah, I was kind of figuring that Shaddy, when I found the silvers, that he was going to dot any second. Didn't know about Dark Rupee or Six Crusher. Honestly, I kind of thought Dark Rupee might be in trouble because he likes to check lower Norfair a lot. So it's I'm still surprised that no one else got there first.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that it was just a really out of the way location. It was a lot of people probably don't even know about that location if they just do the speed run of this game, because that's where the compass is.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. That's correct. And Dark Rupee has just finished Ganon and is now beelining to Torian to finish off the seed.
Have Shaddy and Sis Crusher finished Mother Brain?
No, nobody's finished Mother Brain yet. Actually, Shaddy's not restreamed, so I don't know what his state is right now. He's not among the 4 that we're broadcasting.
Oh, okay, sorry, I don't have the restream pulled up. Eat My Steel's in this race, isn't he?
Yep, that's right. Just about everybody's in 9 right now.
Guess I should probably pull the restream up there.
I think you were also the first to beat Ridley, and the first to assemble all of the Triforce pieces. Which would make sense along with the Morph Ball thing, because if you're the first one to get Morph Ball, you're the first one who can actually claim the prize.
Yeah, it was, when I found that Morph Ball where I did, it gave me a little hope, just because of the fact that, that I had pretty much been digging Zelda and concentrating on Zelda. I didn't do much Metroid before that, so
Right.
um,
A lot
that
less
was
double
that.
dipping.
Yeah, that gave me a little hope, but I wasn't. I still wasn't holding out too much at that point. I still thought I was way behind.
Yeah. Just the first slow start, it was a really good recovery, I would say. I'm not even sure what the point was where you probably pulled ahead definitively, but yeah, once you got the red candle, I think you were back on pace with other people for most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly when I decided. Well, we're gonna have some fun with this at this point, because I think it was like I think I found the red candle at like 45 minutes, and it was literally the screen next to start, and you started with 8 bombs. It was just the one I never got back to.
Yeah. You held on to straight just bombs for a really impressive amount of time, not having a free weapon. I think you cleared like 2. I think you might have cleared dungeon 1 as well. You got pretty far with just bombs.
Yeah, I full cleared levels 1, 2, and 3 with bombs. I cleared a lot of 4. I did a good bit of 5. Well, actually, no. I got the red candle and then the sword.
Right.
6 is the one. 6. I did a lot of 6 with just bombs.
Yeah.
I got really lucky to get some of those drops that I did.
Yeah.
I was forcing. I think it was 11th enemy has the bomb this seed. I was
12th.
Forcing. Oh, 12th. Okay. So yeah. I was forcing quite a bit. But I also had to get really lucky in a lot of cases. But I still ended up running out several times and had to buy them.
Right, but having the money to buy it isn't even guaranteed either, so that's also luck.
Right. Yeah, that's that helped out quite a bit. Luckily, bombs aren't very expensive, so
yeah.
As long as you're careful with them, you can usually get a good ways in several dungeons without having to run out of money or something.
Yeah.
That being said, I hate doing that, and I the whole time I was like, I'm gonna find it somewhere free, and I'm gonna be way behind. And then that kind of confirmed what I was fearing when I found that red candle.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody else had a free source of income, or they could go farm bombs off of moblins if they needed. But all that luck of getting those drops kind of came back to the karma wheel turned when you were in Torian, so... Not getting the missile drops off the Metroids.
Yeah, oh man, that nothing is more infuriating than having like 50 missiles and just not getting a single missile drop. And I was doing the manipulation too, where you kill them on different frames, so you get a better chance at missiles, and still nothing.
Nothing. Yep. Well, Darkruby's in Mother Brain's room now, so I think we're having our second place coming in pretty soon here.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, because Mother Brain with all these homing rinkas is never easy, but he's really good at this.
31 damage down here too, so just slightly above vanilla.
Yeah, does he have Varia?
Yeah, I think he does. No, actually, I didn't mark it. It was Sis Crusher that found Varia.
Was it in lower Norfair?
No, it's in level 9. There was even a hint about it in level 1, I think, that said Death Shrouds the Varia suit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. That I guess it was in a spot that I didn't find because I go-moded.
No, you did find it, actually. No, you found the red ring. That's right, you didn't find the Varia suit.
All the defense in level 9.
That's right, yeah. Alright, Sis Crusher's finally in the silver room. or rather the eye that normally drops the compass. So he should be getting his silvers soon. Dark Ruby's. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I was just gonna say I got the restream pulled up now, and he didn't get the red ring, did he?
No.
Yeah,
surprising.
That's another one that's easy to forget about. That check in the top left corner, that little circle that you do around the staircase.
Right. Because there's only 2 checks before the staircase, I think, and that's the one that's the most out of the way.
Right.
Ema Steel is taking the long way around level 9, looks like. And that's GG for Dark Rupee, the official SRL time of 2 hours, 37 minutes flat. So, I'll see if we can get Dark Rupee in for a interview as well. Oh no, yeah, there were a few times where Dark Rupee had just paused to address something. And yeah, I wonder if that would have really made up the time, because there were some pretty significant delays in Dark Rupee's stream. So I'll ask if Dark Rupee wants to come in for an interview as well. Looks like both Sis Crusher and Eat My Steel are in level 9, although Sis Crusher actually has the silver arrows, and Eat My Steel does not.
Yeah, at this point, I doubt Sis Crusher has too much of a problem.
Yeah. He's like 3 rooms away from Ganon, so that should be a Zelda tied up pretty quick.
Yeah, and he only has to clear 1 more room.
And he's got Varia's suit for Metroid, so that should protect him pretty well.
Never mind. So he already cleared the 1 staircase.
Oh, so he's already been this far?
Yeah, oh yeah, he did. He did come all the way to Ganon. I think he was just confused about where he was missing.
Oh. Well, if wooden stakes are good enough for vampires, maybe wooden arrows are good enough for Ganon. Yeah, no, Eat My Steel has just missed the silvers looking on that that mini map.
Yeah, he's 1 room away from him. They're literally in the room to the right. He has to bomb down from the circle moat room that has the Patra that normally has the 3 blue wizards.
Yep. The shoot room.
And it's going to be easier said than done, because it looks like he just has the white sword right now.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'd said this also, but although you were the last one to get the wood sword, you were the first to get the magic sword.
Huh. Yeah, that's... the magic sword was...
Ridley's hideout.
Oh, yeah. At that point, I was like, gee, thanks. All I've got to do at this point is level 6. Or, level 9. Then finding that that white sword in level 4. Really wish that I had done level 4 before doing level...
Yeah. A lot of people had to double dip level 4, since a lot of them actually went in there without any way to damage the Gleeok.
Yeah, I double dipped 4 as well, but I didn't... I wish I had 1 more key, because I would have found the bait a lot earlier, which would have gotten me the morph ball a lot earlier.
Yeah, there were a few key woes about because of the any key being stuck in the ceiling in Brinstar.
Yeah, that's another one that I was like, gee, thanks.
Yeah.
I've got like 10 keys at this.
Yeah. A lot of people had a pretty full key ring when they finally picked it up, except Sis Crusher. Sis Crusher got it really early.
Yeah, any key is a lot better when items can't, like major items like equipment and quest items can't be just anywhere.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to do the other checks. Really, the main reason you check the other spots is for keys or maybe E-tanks or hearts. But once you have enough E-tanks and hearts to get you through, and you find that any key, you can just stop checking those other spots.
Right. But in this one, since you have to do all those checks, it fills up your key ring real fast.
Right.
Yeah. That's 1G for Sis Crusher. There goes Ganon. And Silver's soon 4. Eat my steel. And we're joined by Dark Rupee. GG, Dark Rupee.
Hey, GG.
If you might be muted, it looks like. I might be behind on the stream here. Let me refresh that too. Oh no, I wasn't. Welcome back. Looks like you're still muted. Looks like you might be just muted in Discord. Pizza and cookies. Yes, indeed.
Making me hungry. I don't need to be eating this late.
Dark Rupee's stream images are always very hunger-inducing. The tacos from the standby. And welcome back. Although, I guess... Still having some microphone issues on Dark Ruby's side. Alright, looks like Sis Crusher's about to enter Torian now. I'm a little surprised he's not just taking a death with such low energy.
Yeah, that's my typical strategy when I get into Torian.
Yeah, saw that happen a few times and I knew exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, and Z1M1, a lot of times, intentional deaths are really useful in Zelda and in Metroid, because when you up A, a lot of times you don't get as many hearts, or you don't get your hearts back if that flag's on. You just, or your energy back, you just stay at what you were.
Right. Unless the flag is set to treat up A's as deaths.
Right.
Oh, he got a stun lock here. Even Steel got a stun lock on Ganon there for a little bit. I thought that wasn't possible with the AI upgrade.
I think that you just have to swing at a different cadence.
Ah.
I think his speed has increased, so you got to swing a little bit faster, probably.
Hmm. That's Ganon down for Eat My Steel. This Crusher has a lot of missiles to play around with, so hopefully that will keep him topped off until he gets into Mother Brain's room. Yeah, looks like we're having some issues with getting Dark Rupee into the interview. So I'm gonna work on that a little bit, but I'm not sure how much else I can do from here. So. Welcome back, maybe. No, that doesn't help at all. Alright, well, we're getting into Mother Brain's lair here. He's got plenty of energy tanks and plenty of missiles. This is looking like a pretty good setup for Sis Crusher.
Having Very is nice too.
Oh, I bet. Takes that damage down to 15, I think.
Yeah, a lot less than me and Dark Rupee were taking, that's for sure.
Yeah. And there's 1G for Eat My Steel. Rescued Zelda from level 6. They're going to be finishing a bit close to each other. Depends on how quickly Sis Crusher can get through Mother Brain. Well, how quickly both of them can get through Mother Brain. Oh, you really got battered around too with Mother Brain. You were really close to the wire, if I remember right.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think you were one more hit
death.
Yeah.
And there was, like, if she didn't die that last little bit when I was shooting her, I had nowhere to go. I was trapped, so it was over for me if she didn't die there.
Yeah.
Luckily, I barely...
Yeah. Being a little tricky there without having all of the Marinkas frozen, but still throwing some missiles into Mother Brain there. She heals, so it's a little difficult to make those missiles count when she's healing all the time.
Yeah, and those Rinkas, especially toward the end, are just massive trolls.
Yeah. It's one of those situations where Screw Attack is actually not all that helpful since it can undo your work in freezing them.
Right. Well, it can be helpful if you want to try it, like, if you want to avoid damage.
Right.
But it can definitely also be a detriment. It depends on the situation.
Pretty easy Torian route this time as well. Nearly vanilla, I'd say. Like the platforms.
Oh yeah, that was a really easy platform path.
I don't think it's ever been particularly... Oh, there's a few times where I guess it's been kind of tricky. but for the most part, I don't think it's been all that challenging ever.
Yeah, less free than others anyway.
Yeah. Interesting. It looks like Yima Steel is farming life from the Rios before entering Torian.
Yeah, that's definitely slower than killing Metroids.
Right.
He's got enough missiles.
Got full missiles even.
Right.
Alright, that's GG for Sis Crusher. Official SRL time of 2 hours, 51 minutes, and 45 seconds. Alright, GG for Sis Crusher. I'll see if he wants to pop in as well. Oh, I don't know if we've even gotten to see everybody's collection rates and stat screen, because I think most people cut their streams before it got to that.
I put mine up for a minute. I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember what it said. But
yeah. I do think Darkerpy probably had more items collected because he went into lower Norfair. And I think that might have actually been a fair amount of the difference in time.
yeah, at that point, I knew if I go into lower Norfair, I was done anyway. So I just prayed that the silvers were somewhere weird in 9, and they happened.
Yeah, we're joined by Sis Crusher. GG.
GG, thanks.
So this was an interesting seed, for sure.
Yeah, I think I hit every spot except for that one room. I died in 6. Every other spot, every dungeon, every area in Metroid that went in. That's just what happened.
Yeah, Shaddy has now finished in 4th place as well, just behind Sis Crusher. SRL time of 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 8 seconds. So GG to Shaddy. Yeah, looks like everybody's going to probably do sub 3, I would say. Which, for a Morph Ball at, I don't even know what the time was when we first got the Morph Ball, but that was pretty brutal.
AGG Sis Crusher.
GG. Yeah, there were a lot of requirements to get that Morph Ball.
Yeah, deep in 7. There was a time, actually, when you were checking level 8 and Antlers had gone into level 7 instead, that I think really was the difference. Because if you had found Morph Ball in level 8, I think you would have been the first one to check there with the bow behind Goma.
Right, right.
Because most people, when they got the bow in level 8, they just pieced out.
Oh, by the way, I think that Shaddy probably wins or loses the item collection rate, however you want to look at it.
Oh, yeah.
He's at 200 out of 248.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive. Most people don't even get that high unless they're like intentionally trying to clear every single location.
Right, I think probably it's just rooms that he didn't pick up the items from because he didn't need them, and shop items.
Right. I think even to get up that high, you have like 48 items is about how many there are in shops that nobody cares about.
Right.
Yeah, Lower Norfair was a bust, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. And you had to at least double dip it, I think, because I think you took a death.
I did take a death. I don't know how. I didn't have Variasuit, obviously, because it was a 9, but I got screw attacked really early, and I had Ice Beam, so I don't know what my problem was.
Yeah.
I mean, 23, health a pop isn't fun.
Yeah, whenever they randomize the damage in Metroid, it's always like Metroid always seems to be the one where that random damage comes in such a hindrance.
I remembered how to get around in Lower Norfair a little quicker though with the door wraps, so that helped a little bit.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that this seed, wrapping from the left side.
Ooh, eat my steel.
Ate some SpaghettiOs. I was got ice beam too. I should mark that off.
Yeah, how about those silvers? The silver location.
Yeah, it was my last spot to look, except for the spot that I died in under 2 rooms down from Goma, or where Zelda was in 6. I died in that room. I'm like, I'm not going back in there. And that was the only spot I never really. And I mean, was it Red Ring? Is that the only
No.
thing? What was it?
It was just missiles in
okay.
the NSC room south of Goma. Yeah.
Well, I didn't see Red Ring, so I guess I didn't hit every room.
Yeah, that was in 9 before the first staircase. Antlers found that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
was
so confused. 9.
Yeah, you know how the first rooms like create a circle around the staircase?
Yeah.
It was in the top left room of that like circle or the square.
Okay. Yeah, there might have been 1 or 2 rooms in 9 that I didn't check then, because I didn't check that room. I did.
Yeah.
I had a map of 9 up looking. I don't know 9 at all, so I had to pull a map up.
Yeah, a lot of speedrunners don't know 9 too well because there's so many rooms that usually don't matter for anything.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I know most of them because of doing these, but there's still a few rooms that I have to pull up the minimap to be 100% confident.
Right.
The worst ones, I think, are the ones in the top left of the dungeon. The ones like that where you're trapped in.
Yeah,
Right.
I had to go back and do those.
Yeah, I was thankful I didn't have to do those.
Yeah, once you found the silvers, it's go mode, huh?
Yeah, I was feeling a little bit anxious as well when I found the red ring, and I was like, well, there's one of the equipment allocations for this dungeon already.
Yeah, that was set to random too for this flag set too, so it was hard to know. You can't really count on like, oh, there's going to be 4 equipment slots in here that are going to take it up.
Yeah, see, I was thinking it was either 1 or 2 until later in the seed. I knew it was at least 2, but until 9, or until you told me that Varia was in 9, I thought for sure it was 2, but it had to be 3 based on that, because like all those early small dungeons, I was just striking out in all of them, and it was getting so annoying. It's like I found the arrows in 3, and that's it. So
Yep.
That was nice steal. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's the second death on Mother Grade. But yeah, between 1, 2, and 3, like I think all of those, there's just the arrows to take home.
Yeah, and you can't not check those.
Yeah. You want to hear something funny, Sis Crusher?
Sure.
I did all those plus the first half of 4 and like everything in 6 before the staircase with just bombs.
No kidding. Wow. I had sword pretty early. I went into 5 early, and I got that sword back fast.
Antlers didn't even
Yeah,
have the candle to get into 5.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I found red candle at like 45 minutes,
Oh,
and then I found
wow.
the sword at like 50 minutes.
Yeah, that's
And then
pretty
I
good,
just
man.
decided, then I just decided to start doing meme route because I thought I was behind. So I went into 8 with like 6 hearts and wood sword and no ring.
I didn't decide to go back into 6 until much later for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, that actually apparently ended up playing in my favor because of the recorder being in the wand spot, and I was really early to find that.
Mm-hmm. I found red candle probably with under 10 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say 10 seconds. A lot of
Right.
I'm sure some people found it literally like the first thing that they looked at.
Yeah, Eat My Steel, I believe that was the first thing he did, aside from the free ladder.
Yeah, so I mean, I did. That it was a nice weapon to find early too, even if I didn't have the sword, because I did a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah, I think the only overworld spots I didn't check were the 2 spots in East Death Mountain.
East Death Mountain, what was up there? I just marked them off. I think there might have been an E-tank up there. I'm not sure.
That would have been nice.
It was like 85 or something. It was like in a shop, I think. But in my head, I was like tapped out. I maxed out on money like the whole game almost.
Yeah, I thought for sure that the silvers were going to be raft blocked. I thought that was going to be the answer. So
Yeah.
I went and checked. I went and checked both the raft spots when all I needed was silver.
Yep, same here. Before I went into 9, that was the last thing I did.
Well, last week's non-broadcasted race, that was actually the answer, was, I think it was Bo that we needed the raft for.
But that was awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
I found Screw Attack really, I was very happy to see that. It's very powerful.
Come on, Eat My Steel.
So close, so close.
I hate getting knocked into that pit.
Yeah, I think he's on tilt right now, too.
Yeah, he's got Varia. He just needs to take his time and wait for a good pattern here. There we go.
There it is. That'll do it. That's it!
Nice.
Smother brain down. It was still... Oh no, we didn't get sub 3. Oof.
Yeah, I mean this was a hard seed.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the last time we had a race and nobody got sub 2 hours.
Right. Yeah, the 8, I do like having the 8 Triforce requirement sometimes. I don't know. Because you usually end up finding 5 or 6 of them incidentally anyway. But I don't like full clearing everything either.
Yeah, having the requirements for all quest items is not a usual thing that we seem to run with, so... Alright, Eat My Steel has declined for an interview, so that's the whole race. We got everybody. That's official SRL time for Eat My Steel of 3 hours and 4 minutes and 48 seconds. So GG's to all our runners. Alright, any more closing remarks for this race?
No, just not for me. Just thank you for doing the comms and the tracking. I know it's not easy at all doing all that for 4 people by yourself. So big thanks to you, and thanks to Speed Gaming as well for doing the restream.
Same here. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And thank you guys for racing for us and putting on a good show. And thanks for Speed Gaming for putting this all together right on the last second. And thanks, chat, for keeping me honest on my tracking. So, and some of the things that I didn't quite get down. Thank you. And thanks to Metal for creating this and working real hard on version 3.0. So pretty soon we might actually have a console version that will be ready to stream. It's still under beta testing, so I don't want to make any announcements that Metal's not ready to release yet. But yeah, that'll be fun. And hopefully we're going to get back into this. We seem to have gotten some more interest, so we'll see if this will make this a more regular thing. Probably see you next week on Thursday. So, let me check the schedule here and see if there's anything else on Speed Gaming for tonight. If not, it's been a pleasure. And it's looking like there's nothing left for tonight, so take care, everybody.